So hi everybody, my name is Kees Teszelszky and I'm a curator, digital curator at the National Library. Today I'm going to talk to you about the history of the Dutch web. But before, I'm going to tell you a little secret. What is the secret of success in digital age? Well, we have to look to two very successful organizations to understand this secret. So that's the Vatican and Coca-Cola. Vatican is, of course, world religion, it's a country. Coca-Cola is one of the most successful companies in the world. So what is the secret of their success and what's the secret of their digital success? I mean, the Vatican is already there for 2,000 years, so not only digital, but Coca-Cola is also very digital. So what is the combination of both? Well, they're extremely good in saving history. So that's my message for you for today, that if you want to be successful in the digital age, please save your own history and your own innovative stuff. So today we are going to go back in history to the beginnings of the digital age. You know everything, of course, what happened before, the fax and all the other paper stuff. So it's actually not a cell phone inside, just people living at the moment. I'm not going to talk about books, but I'm going to talk about the period that there was no internet connection, no laptops, no mobile phones. So let's start that history. So the first website in the world was made by Tim Berners-Lee in 1919. And if you see, it was just, a black screen, green letters, and only some information. It was the website of CERN, the Research Institute for Nuclear Physics. And then the second website came from SLAC in Stanford. But of course, if you have two websites, it's not a World Wide Web. It's just a line. So the World Wide Web actually started when the third website in the world came online. And that was the website of NICHEF, the Research Institute for Nuclear Physics in Amsterdam. So the World Wide Web started when there were three websites, because then you have a web. And then the fourth website of the world was also Dutch, because NICHEF made a second website. And we can say that at that moment in history, half of the World Wide Web was Dutch. I can even tell you how many Amsterdam people are here. The half of the World Wide Web was Amsterdam. So, where are we now? We have 6.2 .nl sites. We have 10 million Dutch websites, so .com, .org, all the homepage and all the other stuff. And we are still the 7th biggest national web domain in the world. So that's a lot of history to preserve. Well, that's actually my task. I'm not going to talk about that too much. Let's go back in history. So I'm not going to tell you to shut down your eyes, but just think about it, about a world where there's no mobile internet. There's no Google, no search engines. So you cannot find stuff on the web. You have to find other means. There's no WhatsApp, there's no messengers, no other ways, no social media. There's nothing. There's only the website. So what are you going to do? Well, the beginning of the whole social media stuff is about the home pages. Home pages were personal websites of people where they could express what they were interested in. They could get in contact with people. Well, and this is one of the first home pages of the Netherlands. It's made by Kees Teszelszky. I just showed you the first websites of the Netherlands. He made the fourth one. Well, have a really close look. I emulated it in an old browser. If you can see the Netscape browser. And there are some really special features of it. Well, first of all, the paper look. It really looks like a paper publication which is made digital. It's like the horseless carriage. But also the note, under construction. That was a very special thing in the beginning, that you could adapt your homepage. I mean, if you had a paper publication, you could not change it, but a website could be changed. So people didn't understand the idea about a finished digital publication, so they always wrote on it under construction. And on this homepage, there's a lot of humor. There are inside jokes. And don't forget, there were only a couple of homepages in the world. So the social network consists of at most 10 people who knew each other from conferences. And there are also a lot of contact possibilities. They even worked. I mean, his phone numbers still work on the homepage. And there is, of course, beer. And you're all craving for beer, so I won't make it too long. And then the private homepages came. So first, the first homepages were from people working at research institutes. Then you got the first internet service providers, and people started to make their own homepages. And this was really the birth of social media. And this is one of those first homepages. And if you look to it very closer, you have the same, this paper look, but also, new technology, a lot of links. There were no search engines, so people could navigate on the web, not through Google, but through links on people's websites or homepages. And also timidity. I just heard from one of the speakers here that, you as digital people, you're not insecure. Well, people who made their first homepages, they were very insecure. They really felt like me here in front of almost 600 people. You have a worldwide audience. You put your own life, your own stuff on the web, and everyone can read it from America to Asia. So that makes you humble, that makes you frightened. And that's what exactly happened. But also, this homepage had a lot of new communication possibilities. And I told you about there was no WhatsApp. So what could be done on this homepage? You could send an SMS to the cell phone of the owner of the homepage, but only 3 a day, because otherwise it would be too complicated, too expensive, I don't know. But, can you imagine that you can only send 3 messages to people a day? That's weird, Most people do it in 1 minute. But let's go over to the game history. And I just heard something about cows here. Well, the funny thing is that one of the first online games in the Netherlands was the cow game. It was made by the same person who made the 4 websites of the Netherlands, and who made one of the first homepages. He made the cow game. And it was made for the World Internet Exhibition of 1996. And it was meant for people to get in touch with new technology. I mean, most new technology is frightening for most people. Not for you, of course. But, for ordinary people who were just used to books and newspapers, it was really frightening. So what did these people from this Nuclear Research Institute? They went with their computers, really heavy computers. They went to the markets, put them there on a hay stack, and they connected it with a telephone cable, and then they let people play their cow game, and you could win cheese. And of course, cows are adorable. Everyone likes cows. I mean, farmers are not so popular at the moment, but okay, that's another thing. But it really made people, feel connected to this new digital world. But of course, almost 15 years later, there was a similar cow game on Facebook, which was used to extract people's data. And of course, what first was a really cute stuff and a nice thing for people to learn the new internet, became something evil. But let's go over to computer history. I mean, the first computers that people could use, the personal computers, were really monsters, really, not user-friendly. They were ugly, they were heavy, they were terrible, And so there came an artist, her name was Matilda Microprocessor. She changed her name into microprocessor. Just ask your parents what does it mean. And she made a computer which was organic. So it was... of course, you need the screen, so that stayed, but the rest was all made of stones, of natural stuff. It was an organic, natural, and a great contradiction to the conventional image of computers, is what she wrote. So she said it's like a kind of miniature Japanese garden. People get stressed because of the new technology, but due to this organic computer, they felt, again, in peace with all the new technology. And the funny thing is that a couple of years later, Steve Jobs from Apple had the same idea, to transform this ugly personal computer into design you want to lick. And I think if you really want to be successful, try to be more organic in what you build and try to be more human-friendly. Well, let's get over to the social media history, because that's also something. I told you about the home pages, which are actually a kind of really early form of social media. But the most famous and one of the first social media platforms in the world was the digital city of Amsterdam, where we are now, of course. It was established in 1994, and it was nominated last year as UNESCO Memory of the World Heritage, the first born digital heritage in the world, which will be UNESCO Heritage. So if it will be voted as a World Heritage, next year we have some Amsterdam World Heritage, which is in the same level as the pyramids of Egypt. So that's, I think, really, really cool. So to finish my, my lecture, save digital history, keep your innovation, and be very successful. Good luck. Thank you very much.
Wow, Kees. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Jim.
The moment you said design you would want to lick, everybody looked up. That is our theme for next year, I guess.
Good. That's nice.
Yes. Cool. Ivo, did you find the Wi-Fi password yet? Okay, Ivo left. Richard Leur says the HTML code on the sheets is not correct.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Nerd alert. Very good.
Very good. Very good. Yeah.
Oh, you know this already?
Yeah, I know this, of course.
Everybody says this.
Yes, of course. Yeah, but I just made it up, and But it's, but you want to keep people awake, isn't it? So yeah.
It was a test.
Yes.
Yes. Awesome. It wasn't HTML strict. It was just
as
pseudocode.
Yes.
Okay.
Just to be to decorate it. Yeah.
Well, HTML code you want to lick. That is basically. Also, some people say, "What's up with the meme lord?" Because I introduced you, and then I said he's also the official meme lord.
Yeah, what's unofficial? During lockdown, we all had our pet projects, which we did after our work or during work or etc. So with a couple of colleagues, we thought about it. Would it be great to do something with our digital collections, which is really old, and to put it into the new modern internet culture? And then we thought about it. We have great medieval manuscripts with all these kind of funny images. Well, let's make memes out of it. And it really worked. And then we thought, let's make a meme generator of it. And we got some money from a fund, and then we created the meme generator. And now, today, it's in the news. We heard that we got a new fund to make a serious game, again, based on our digitized medieval collection for children. Yeah.
There is a business case for memes.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. That's incredible.
Yes. What really struck me is that basically what you say, if you surf the web right now, basically you are walking in a museum.
Yes.
It's a living museum.
Yeah.
So you better think about what you post.
Yeah.
But also preserve what you build, because there are a lot of digital artists here who perhaps upload something to another party and then they might destroy it, but you tell them they should be careful.
Yes, I know creative destruction is a thing which is really important into our digital world, but please, be careful about what you destruct. Because a lot of things we can reuse. A lot of things were already invented. So if you go back to the digital history, you will find some great ideas which could not come into real life because of technical issues or other issues, or which were too early. So like the Stone Age computer I just showed you, a couple of years later, Steve Jobs did his thing with the iMac. Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay, so preserve your work, because you might up ending being part of UNESCO.
Yes, exactly. So please, and send your stuff to me. I'm going to preserve it if it's possible. Yeah.
Awesome. Big round of applause for Kees Teszelszky.
Thank you.